Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I have a project share for you today, and it is featuring this rose quartz 12 by 12 paper pack from the Recollections collection from Michaels. I shared this pad with y'all not too long ago in one of my hauls, and I have been working on projects and ideas to help destash some of the papers that I have. So I decided that I needed to go ahead and start working on some of these papers and these collections that I've been buying. Now, if you know me, you know that if I'm in a craft store and I see paper that I feel like is really pretty paper, I will get it, and in my mind I will feel like I'm about to use this paper, and then the paper pad ends up in a stack in my stash, and I feel like the paper is too pretty to use it, which is crazy. I don't know if anybody can relate, but I did decide to stop doing that. So I don't have no doubt that I'm gonna be still buying, even though I want to destash. I'm gonna still be buying, I'm pretty sure, but I want to work on projects that'll make it easy to use what I have and not feel like such a hoarder. So anyway, this project share is featuring this collection of papers. I'm sure I did a flip through during that haul video, but I'm going to show you guys up close these papers. Florals, there's like a rose gold foil on these papers, like a marble look on these papers. They have the map of the United States and this pretty pink alphabet. So it was a 36 double-sided sheet pad, and so I have 1, 2. Now I did use one of these cut aparts. I cut it apart, and I'll show you how I use these little round pieces on this cut apart, because I did use a circle punch and I did punch those out, but I'll talk about that in a minute. So I did use one of these sheets and I cut it all up, all the different little tags there. So let's see, we have 1, 2, that's pretty marble with rose gold. 3, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Okay, so I only have 19 sheets left from this paper pad. I should say 19 full sheets left. And what I did is, these are the scrap pieces from the mini album, because that's what the project was. It was a mini album. So these are the scrap pieces that were left. These were all pieces that I felt like were large enough to use on another project, and I am going to just make another goal to use up these scrap papers, because a lot of times I'll have a bunch of scrap pieces left and I feel like I stick them in this big plastic envelope and I feel like that I'm going to use them, and I never use them. And if I could pan my camera over right now and show you guys, I have 2 large plastic envelopes in my window that are full of scrap pieces of paper that I have not touched, that I thought were too good to just throw away. So I'm challenging myself to use up this stack. I have some pretty good pieces left here, really pretty. This is from the cut apart, so I will be challenging myself to use these. So those are the scraps and the rest of the paper pad. So hopefully I can do another project to finish this off and share that with you guys as well. So I'm going to move this out the way and move this paper pack out the way, and I'm just going to show you this really pretty little mini album I made. Sorry about the glare from the thickers. But yeah, this came out really pretty. I even put an embellishment on the spine of this mini album. And I'm going to tell you right now that the idea for this mini album came from a tutorial from Tamika at Scrap the World. And I will put a link to her channel down in the description box below. She does some amazing tutorials. She does a lot of shabby chic embellishments, and she does a lot of swaps and things like that on her channel. And I just love her channel. I could watch her channel all day long and get some amazing ideas. And that's where I got the idea for this mini album from. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of rundown on this. So this frame right here, I got this from Hobby Lobby. It was just one of those little wood veneer frames, and I used some really cheap Craft Smart paint, just some white, and I did just a wash of white paint on that. And then I use my hot glue gun to attach it to the front of this album. I use this really pretty glittery tool for a closure on this mini album. The letters says Our Story, and this is from a pack of thickers that I got, and I shared that with you guys in a haul from Tuesday morning. So I love these stickers, and I use them in all sorts of different ways. Cards, scrapbook layouts, mini albums. You can just use those stickers for all sorts of things. So the flowers, I didn't have any pretty pink or peachy toned flowers in my stash, so I'm going to show you what I did. I got these cheap flowers that I found. I believe these came from Michael's. And they're just some white flowers with a little brown center. And what I did was I used this spray from Heidi Swap. And this is the color Shine. And this one is called Blush, like a rose pink color. And that is what colored this flower here. And then I use this Recollection spray also from Michael's, and this is just a pink shimmer spray, has a lot of pigment, and this is what I use to color the pink flowers. I also use some of this sheer shimmer craft spray by Imagine Crafts, and this is called Sparkle. I got that from Amazon. I think I shared that in a past haul with you guys as well. But I sprayed all the flowers with those. And then I also used this flower from Michael's as well, which is this large one right here. And I just sprayed that with the clear, with the shimmer spray here. I didn't have to, because since they're already colored, I didn't have to add any extra color to those. I did add some rock candy stickles on there to give it a little bit more shine, which you may not be able to see on camera, but I just wanted to show you guys how I colored those flowers. Here is one that I thought I was going to add to this mini album, but I didn't. It has some stickles, and those I used the Tattered Rose stickles, and then I used the rock candy stickles, which I'm really glad for because I rarely use my stickles, and I have like a whole drawer full of stickles. So those are the flowers, and I love these spray inks and shimmer sprays because that came in handy for these white flowers to give them some color. So that is the front of the book. Of course, I used a piece of the pattern paper in the background, and I just kind of frayed the edges with my scissors to make it look a little shabby and worn around there. And I adhered that, and also sprayed the sparkle spray on that as well. And this little ornament, I'm not really sure what collection this came from. or where I got it from. It may have came from Hobby Lobby. I'm not really sure because this has been in my stash for a long time. I have a little drawer that I keep like a lot of different little metal embellishments and stuff in, and I just kind of got them all through in there. So I saw this one and I liked it. At first I was going to do like a tassel to hang, but when I saw this, I thought this went really good. So the back is pretty plain. It's that same pattern paper, kind of worn. I shabbied it up a little bit with my scissors and just adhered it. So when you open up this album, you open it up. So I used some of those cut aparts from the paper collection and just adhered. I cut. This is a 5x7 mini album, so I cut just different papers for this album that came out of the Rose Quartz pack, and I just didn't want any of the same papers to be next to each other. I wanted to mix it up, the pinks, and then you know, like the newspaper print, and this is actually like a fold out, and right here you can kind of write, I don't know if you want to write who the book is for, or if that person wants to write a little bit about photos, but this is just a little journaling section right here. You can even stick a photo right here if you like, but this first page folds out and it is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the back side 5, 6, 7, 8. So you can mat 8 photos on this first page, which is awesome. That's 8 photos already. Okay, and so this next section I thought was really cute for this second page, and I'm telling you, I followed that tutorial to a T, and it was really easy to follow her tutorial. This is not the first time that I've done one of her mini album tutorials and followed it and had great success with what I created. So for this little attachment right here to keep this pocket or this section closed, I use these Spellbinders. I believe they're Spellbinders dies. Again, a lot of my dies are not in the original packaging. I keep them on magnetic sheets. So I thought this was perfect. I used this small one and I cut some designer paper, and I also cut some white paper from these same dies, and I just stacked them to give them the feel of chipboard. I also use this, so I use these two sizes for this. And remember I told you that little circle that was on the cut apart page? I used a circle punch that I have here in my stash, and if you can see from this view, all of these have been stacked at least 4 times with regular cardstock, and it gives them the feel of a chipboard piece. I may even go in with glossy accents later on to put over this circle and make it like glossy. But I used just regular Velcro dots that I got. I'm not sure where this pack came from, but I also get these from Dollar Tree. They work really well. So I used those as the attachment. So you can open up this page, and there you have, if you want to do a photo mat here, you could, but I would actually probably leave this like the little enclosure. And then I would mat, you can mat, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more photos. So that's 8 plus 6 more photos here for this mini album, and this is just the second page. So then you turn that over, and then there's another section here, and I did the same thing with this one. I used a little butterfly punch that I had, which I stacked. That little elegant tag die that I just showed you, I stacked, and another one of those circles that I punched out, and then I also stacked those and just glued them together, if you can see. And I used another Velcro attachment. Now I do have magnets as well, but I really haven't used the magnets. I used Velcro on my last mini album as well. So this section opens up to these cute little pockets that fall down like waterfalls. So you can open these up. You can put, you know, photos right down up in this pocket if you like. It opens like that, like a little pocket. You can put some photos. I put a little notch here to make it easy to grab the photos out. And it folds down like this. So even if you wanted to stick a photo here or some journaling here, and I also put another one of those cut aparts on this pocket, and you can use this for journaling as well. And it's another pocket. You can put some photos in. And then again another one, and I used another one of those cut aparts. I just shabbied it up around the edges and adhered it straight down. Another pocket back here. So those pockets open up for more photos. And then this one closes over, and the last one is actually a pocket, a window pocket. And when she talked about that in her tutorial, I thought, oh, that's a good idea. I didn't have any acetate. But I did have vellum. And in her tutorial, she showed how she used vellum in the pocket too. So I used the larger die that I showed you guys to cut this little window. And I put vellum so you can kind of see through there. And that also can go for photos or journaling tags. You can write about the photos in here, whatever you want to put. But that was the last page there. You can even